Hi everybody, it's Jake here, Jake Johnston from Jake Showcase. Okay, today what I'd like to show you is about Eye Round Marinating Steak. It's my favorite. But first, what I'd like to do here is we're gonna take a look here. I'm gonna show you that I'm not that fat, and I don't have a six-pack. And what we're also going to do is we're going to get and do my daily weigh-in here. Okay, and I'm going to show you how much I'm weighing today. And then I just get on the scale here, and we'll try to get you a close-up so you can see. Okay, it's saying 1010.6. 6.9 fat, 6.3%, and 7.2 water. I'm sorry, the last one here is 18 BMI. So that's definitely not that's pretty lean, right? And there's no six-pack here. I've been down lower for body fat. But as far as, there seems to be such a debate about how good red meat is. Like, basically, a lot of people saying that red meat is not that good for you, and it's true. I mean, basically, the fishes and the chickens are better for you, but I think it's really, in a lot of ways, much tastier to keep beef in your diet, as well as, I think it's quite healthy for you because it's got different types of proteins in it. And the kind I like to use here, and I do this pretty regularly, it's just here. It's called Eye Round Marinating Steaks, and it's $4.64. So I always get the one that's about under $5, and you just want to, it doesn't have any fat in here. If you notice, there's no fat. It's very, very lean, very, very lean. The fat is called for visceral fat, and it's not good for you. And then usually what I have here is I have a mix of potatoes too. So we have our sweet potato or yam, and we have a white potato. And I usually, as you can see, I did about half of a sweet potato. I'll have the other half for later. And this is really easy to do here. So I got my water boiling here, so that's going to be for my potatoes. And I just take my little bowl of potatoes here, and I'm going to scoop it. Now this is only with one hand, so just give me a second here. I don't want to burn myself. Alright, just put them into the pot. This takes about, I'd say 5 minutes to cook. It's pretty straightforward. But this is, the yams are really, really good for you. The white potatoes are not quite as good for you, but they are still quite good. And for carbohydrate, they're quite nice and nutritious. Okay, so the one-handed attempt here. There you go. And as far as the steak goes, what you got to do is you got to heat it up here. Right? Heat it up to real low, up to 4, and alright, so this isn't the greatest for you, but I like a little bit of butter. This is how I do it, just a little bit here to loosen that pan up. It also tells me when it's hot. And you just put the butter in the pan, and I'm probably just going to get a little bit more because you want to make sure that the whole base of the whole base is covered in butter, so that your meat doesn't stick to it. Now we'll just wait for that to melt. It'll just take a minute here, and I'll have to unwrap this steak with one hand. But yeah, so I think when you're trying to get stronger, you want the red meat, and when you're trying to get leaner, you want the leaner meats. So that seems to be a bit of a difference. it's kind of funny because when I weighed myself just before I turned the camera on, and I was a pound lighter, and I was a little bit lighter on the body fat percentage too, and because I put my shorts on, and because I was holding the camera in the shorts, I think it might have added the extra pound, but nonetheless, you get the idea. Pretty lean. And okay, so let's get back to the cooking here. And so it looks like this is melting up, and you just make sure it gets all the way around the pan so it doesn't stick. Right. Meanwhile, the potatoes are boiling nicely there, and I figured out some tricks on how to know when the potatoes are done. The white starch comes up to the top, and when it's really cooking, that means it's done. You know, you can stick a fork in it, but I pretty much have it timed. Okay, so now there we go, and it's just going to cook there for a while. And I would say it takes about 10 minutes. I don't know if I'll show you the whole thing here, but basically what you want is when you see it about 2/3 of the way through white, you flip it over, and that's basically it. Now, I think that meat and potatoes are still the champ. You know, like, they're great. And you know, I'm of Irish descent, so meat and potatoes are kind of a staple. And you know, going to some of this, you know, health foods is sometimes kind of, you know, weird. Particularly like the proteins and the glutamines and the creatines and all the stuff that, you know, you never heard of until you looked into health. You know, I figure if it's produced by some, you know, company, and it's some powder or something like that, I never, you know, that's not no food I've ever heard of. So this is kind of just down home cooking, down home, you know, healthy, nutritious cooking that I do. Besides the sweet potato here, also another thing that's really healthy for you is this brown rice. Now, I'm kind of new to brown rice, but it's actually, the thing that stinks about it is that it takes a long time. Now, you see, notice how it says whole grain? That's what you want. You want the whole grain. And you know, you basically put a cup of that and 2.5 cups of water, and you let it boil real fast. Then you turn it down low, and then, you know, you let it simmer for about 40 minutes, and you stir it every once in a while, and then you have a cup of brown rice. That's actually quite a lot. So, you know, I just like, you know, straightforward stuff. You know, that's it. I want to know how to get healthy. I don't want to be buying crap. I don't want to be, you know, any of that stuff. This is, you know, this is good eating. Another thing that's easy to do is, you know, I've shown this already, is the spinach, and, you know, the carrots. Those are great vegetables, and I love these organic kiwis. They're really quite good. And then for fats, notice how much water I drink. I drink a ton of water, right? I drink I think about 20 of those little bottles, or 18 of those little bottles a day. That's a lot of water. It's like 9 liters. And then you got to know about fats too. Like, basically you want to avoid fat, but a good fat is this walnuts, right? These are really good for you. They have omega-3, and you know, I'm like kind of like a research guy. Like, I'm like kind of like more like of a brain kind of guy. Like, I like using my brain. It was good at school and all that. So I do a lot of research on which foods are good, and this is sort of like a synopsis of the things that you know, are nutritious for you, and they're good. So Eye Round Marinating Steak gets a thumbs up, and you know, not too much red meat. You know, I got my tuna, low sodium, stick with the low sodium, alright? And it'll keep you healthy, it'll keep you strong, and you know what? You're already there when you're there, and you know, the exercise is just a bonus. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this maybe it's of help to somebody. Alright, great. Thanks for watching.